So I have a funny conversation piece for you. This week, somebody who shall not be named on this podcast, as she has said, don't name me.
Okay.
Don't mention me.
Okay.
But her name rhymes with banana.
Oh, okay, sure. I think I know who you're talking about.
Probably.
Mm-hmm.
And so, person that rhymes with banana,
Uh-huh.
we finished Cobra Kai, an episode, and it was time to go to bed, and for like the last few weeks since she broke her toe, which also, that's a hint if that doesn't help.
If it's not clear yet.
Yeah.
Okay.
And so, she's like, this is the worst part of my day.
Okay.
I was like, yeah, going to bed sucks.
Right.
And then she goes, I'd rather wake up. And so I laughed, and I was like, yeah, actually, that's not true. I would much rather go to bed than wake up. Waking up sucks. It takes me forever to wake up. And once I do actually get out of bed after, having 2 back surgeries, and my back is just always, I'm an 100-year-old man in the morning.
Right.
The first 5 minutes of my day, there's nothing worse.
Sure.
At least when you are getting ready for bed, there's the reward of going to bed.
Yeah.
So you tell me, Eric, would you rather get ready for bed, or would you... Now, let me take one step back, because it can be relative. This is a very subjective topic, because women, they have to do 20 things before they go to bed. They have to wash their face.
Yes.
Probably do other things.
Right.
I don't know what women do.
There's some... Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And so they have to do a lot. So getting ready for bed is harder than me just brushing my teeth and taking my pants off.
We have it's super low maintenance for guys to get up and go to bed. I mean, really, it's just, I've got it. I'll admit there's some privilege that exists there. So
yeah, for sure. But I hate waking up, and after I've had a few sips of coffee, I'm better. But give me going to bed all day long. That's the reward of sleep is way better than the reward of the day. Hello and welcome back to the Nerd Rundown podcast, where we cover the latest in the nerd world of movies, TV, comics, games, and more. We appreciate you joining us today, and if you want to follow us on social media, you can find us on Twitter at the Nerd Rundown. Find us on our YouTube channel at the Nerd Rundown, and then listen to us on places you can listen to your podcasts like Spotify, Google, Apple, Player FM, Amazon, Deezer, and Buzzsprout. And then please, if you're enjoying this podcast like we are, like and subscribe wherever you can. You're listening to Episode 5, The Nerds Strike Back, where we'll cover the latest in the MCU news, Stranger Things teaser, D&D news, Dungeons & Dragons, getting real nerdy with it.
For sure.
Quiet Place 2 trailer came out, and some production updates on some nerd stuff. Then I have a special segment for us, really for you and for us. We're probably going to have a lot more fun with it than you guys are.
Yeah.
And then we'll finish off with some fan questions.
Overall, I think we have more fun with this than everybody else does.
I'm definitely going to put me as having the most fun.
Right.
But first, the rundown. So on the rundown,
rundown.
You know what? I was going to say. But first, the rundown. We'll figure that out.
We've got to figure out something. Yeah.
All right, so the rundown. First, it was a slow week. The week prior, this past week, there was an MCU bomb to start us off.
For sure.
Marvel Cinematic Universe. Marvel Studios released a Phase 4 slate hype trailer for what's left in the Phase 4.
The sizzle reel.
It's the sizzle reel, and it was only for movies in theaters.
Right, yeah.
So, they're promoting us getting back to the theater and saying, hey, come watch our movies. And it was amazing. It kind of covered the MCU up to this point with a voiceover from Stan Lee.
Right.
And then it changed its tune, and it went into showing us what's coming up. And with the first movie coming out, finally, enough delays, it'll finally premiere July 9th, Black Widow. We've talked about it before. Not much to cover here. It was no new footage.
Right.
but just still really cool to. I think there was a couple new shots, but nothing to cover there. And then it went on to Shang-Chi, who the star of that movie, Simu Liu, came out and said, "This is how you pronounce it." So correct pronunciation.
Okay.
Shang-Chi.
Shang-Chi.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. I think that's nice that they clarify stuff.
I know.
Like
I'm really happy about that because
otherwise I don't feel like an ignorant American.
exactly. I mean, so many people have been saying Shang.
Right. Well, yeah. I mean, that's
Shang.
Yep.
Duh.
Shang.
How did they not know that? Anyway, and then after the cool little teaser for that, no new footage, we got our first look at Eternals, which is a super, super huge project for the MCU.
Yeah.
It's going to add a lot of backstory to the MCU, and it's covering characters we've never seen before. So it's a brand new slate of characters for the MCU. Obviously, they're in the comics, but it's the synopsis is the saga of the Eternals, a race of immortal beings who lived on Earth and shaped its history and civilizations. It stars Richard Madden, who you would know as Robb Stark.
Robb Stark, yeah, I saw him in that.
King Robb. And then his brother from Game of Thrones.
Yeah, Kit Harington.
Kit Harington. Jon Snow.
I didn't see him in the
He was not in the teaser.
Okay, yeah. I mean, it was, admittedly, it was very short.
It's just some few clips.
Right.
It has Gemma Chan as Cersei, Angelina Jolie as Athena, Salma Hayek as Ajak, Richard Madden plays Icarus, Kit Harington is Dane Whitman, Black Knight, and then some smaller characters, or Kumail Nanjiani as Kingo. None of these names really mean anything right now, because unless you've read the Eternals comic, which is a small-time comic, it doesn't mean anything. What's important about this is they are immortal beings who were sent to Earth to protect it a long time ago.
Oh.
And the big theory is that they are, why humans exist and why mutants could exist. Like this could be introducing mutants to the MCU. There's some really big stuff that could come out of this movie.
Yeah.
Thanos is an Eternal, or he's part Eternal.
Okay.
I know it's really strange. We're going to learn more about that.
Where was he? Where were they when
when
Thanos was?
We're going to learn more about it.
Yeah.
In the movie, and so it's really exciting to finally see something of it, because we haven't gotten anything from it.
Okay.
Really big news coming off the Oscars is Chloe Zhao, who won Best Director,
Best Director,
and Best Picture for Nomadland.
Yeah,
she's the director for this movie. She
cool.
wrote and directed it.
Nice.
And so to have that kind of clout going into this movie is awesome.
Yeah, for sure.
And it looks awesome. Like the cinematography looks great. She really pushed for very little CGI, practical sets, practical visual effects.
Yeah, I'm all for that.
All for that.
Yep.
So the look of this movie is going to be great. When we finally get a full trailer for it, we'll break it down. But very excited for that.
For sure.
And then it went into kind of a title
bonanza. Yeah.
So we learned that we finally have a new title for Black Panther 2, which is called Black Panther Wakanda Forever.
Wakanda Forever, right?
And we don't know much about it, obviously, with the unfortunate timing, unfortunate death of Chadwick Boseman.
Right.
Where they're going with that, it looks like that may be more like they're going to focus on the legacy of Wakanda rather than the T'Challa character.
Sure.
So maybe...
Yeah, you could do a historical, like a flashback or something, maybe how Wakanda...
Yeah, like...
Or something.
Just...
It buys you a little more...
before, during, and after. Who knows?
Right. It buys you a little more time before you have to make a decision, if maybe you do that. But yeah, I mean, they haven't really alluded to anything about it, so we could be completely off. It's all speculation at this point. So.
Yeah, it's exciting, though, to see that they have something for it, at least, and touted that.
Yep.
And then the next title card came up was... it was called The Marvels.
The Marvels, plural.
Plural.
Yes.
So that's Captain Marvel 2.
Right. Brie Larson.
Brie Larson as Carol Danvers.
Yep.
what's funny is it's not Captain Marvel to the Marvels. It's the Marvels.
Right.
And so earlier in the week, they actually teased the Miss Marvel TV show in a separate drop. They showed the costume for the character Miss Marvel, and it's very comic accurate. They're going right in with the comic accuracy on the costume.
Nice.
So she's a like a fangirl of Captain Marvel who gains superpowers.
Okay.
And then she becomes Miss Marvel. It's a young girl. I knew I was going to forget if I didn't.
And then you had Monica Rambeau.
Oh, and Monica Rambeau from WandaVision.
WandaVision is going to be on
Is
there.
going to be a part of it.
Yep.
So that's all we have. We don't know much more.
Right.
But really cool.
A newly empowered Monica Rambeau, who I think she picked up some powers. It looks like through that.
I think she picked up more powers. I think she already had powers, and we can dive into that maybe at some other time.
Okay.
But she was showing signs of having powers before that, and I think that the going through the what do they call that? The bubble, whatever.
Yeah, it's like the bubble, a barrier, or some sort of.
The barrier.
Yeah.
Going through the barrier enhanced her powers.
Interesting.
So I can go over that at some other point.
Yeah.
Very excited for that.
Yeah.
Then it teased no footage with these, by the way.
Right.
Then it teased Spider-Man 3 No Way Home.
Yep.
And then Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness.
Yep.
And then Thor.
Yes.
Love and Thunder.
Love and Thunder.
Cannot wait for that movie.
Yeah. Taika.
So if you could pick one movie to watch right now, what would out of that slate?
Out of that slate?
Oh, and then after Thor was Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3.
Yes.
So that's huge.
Yes. Yeah.
All right, so if you could watch one.
Well, that's what I was saying when you were like, out of that slate? So I think out of all those, the Guardians, I am
really?
I'm the most excited
Volume
to see.
3 of
I've just really enjoyed the first two immensely. And that's a set that I haven't heard any, prior to the movie coming out, I knew nothing of the Guardians of the Galaxy.
Right.
I knew nothing of those characters.
Most people, they were small-time characters.
Yeah, and so I just and I love Chris Pratt. I love the Drax character, the Groot character.
Yeah,
Rocket's
great.
Yeah, I mean Gamora is not ugly, so just all of it is
even being green.
yeah. Well, I am a Star Trek fan, so
true,
green girls are not out of the possibility. Not out of the possibility.
Wouldn't turn them down.
Yeah. So no, that's the one.
Okay, well that's interesting, and that's the furthest one away.
It is. Yep. So I've got I think there's a couple of others that I really want to see. I do want to see the Marvels. I really do. I was a little disappointed in Captain Marvel. I just was hoping for a little bit more out of that one, but it was still a great movie, and I really enjoyed it. I mean, I still saw it twice in the theater, I think. So I really
look at you.
Yeah. Right.
Mr. Fancy Pants.
Yeah. So how about you?
I knew you were going to ask me this, and so I'm going to move to the next topic. No,
okay.
It's really hard for me to choose between Spider-Man 3, which is going to feature what's confirmed to feature is Doctor Strange. It's going to have Doctor Strange in it. It's going to have Electro from the Amazing Spider-Man 2 movie.
Right.
Jamie Foxx. It's confirmed to have Doc Ock from the Spider-Man 2 movie back in 2004.
Right.
So that right there that intrigues me like crazy.
Sure.
On top of a Spider-Man movie.
Yes.
So, whoa. Big time excited for that. And then Doctor Strange 2 is a direct tie-in from that and WandaVision with confirmed to have Wanda in it.
Yeah.
So I really want to see where they go with that. But then also I see Thor Love and Thunder.
Right. Yeah.
And I will watch anything Taika Waititi does.
Right, yeah.
He's so great, and Chris Hemsworth is so great.
He really is.
So we have some really great. We have we're going to get a lot of nerd content coming up, and I'm looking forward to it.
Yeah, my pick is at the very tail end of this slate of stuff. Oh, the other one we didn't mention was the Ant-Man and the Wasp.
Oh yeah,
We've got,
and you know what? That might actually be my pick. Ant-Man and the Wasp: Quantumania.
Quantumania, yeah. I mean, if you put quantum in it, it's like it's got to be good,
you guys
right?
just saying quantum just to say
Right.
it. What that movie will introduce could be the next big bad of the Marvel Cinematic Universe.
Oh, okay.
Kang the Conqueror. He's a time-traveling bad guy.
Okay.
Who might be introduced in the upcoming Loki series.
Okay.
Which is a good segue into
Sure.
into the next rundown is Loki, the new TV show coming out on Disney Plus, had a little 30-second teaser, and with new footage. I mean, this show I'm so pumped for.
It looks really good.
Big news on this is it's going to premiere now on Wednesday nights instead of Friday nights.
Yeah, I'm actually excited about that.
I am too. I like that. And I think because at some point Disney Plus is going to be able to premiere something new every night. That's just my feeling. At some point they're going to have so much content because they have the Bad Batch going right now,
right?
The Clone Wars spinoff. And then they don't want that to go up against Loki.
Right.
So Loki's premiering on Wednesday, June 9th. Really excited for that.
Yep.
So we might get to see Kang the Conqueror introduced in that show, and then he's the bad guy in Ant-Man and the Wasp: Quantumania. So I'm really excited for this.
Yeah, it's gonna be awesome.
Yeah.
I think it's gonna be super cool.
I want to see what they do with Black Panther too. I mean, that's
the wild card to me.
Wakanda is so important to the MCU.
Yeah,
and so
that's the wild card to me.
Yeah.
I really feel like that's the one that has the biggest question marks
big
of
time.
everything. And I know Coogler's gonna do an amazing job.
Yep.
So I don't think that we're
Ryan Coogler, the director.
Yeah, and
also
he
directed the Creed movies.
Yeah, and I think he wrote. I think he's writing it also. Right?
Yes, he wrote them. Yep.
Yep. So I trust in Ryan. I trust in Kevin Feige.
Yep.
So I think we'll be in good shape.
The Feigster,
so.
you gotta trust in that dude.
Yep. So
cool. The next big thing on the rundown, number 2 on the rundown, Stranger Things 4 had a new teaser released on Thursday morning. Very, very short teaser, didn't reveal much. What it gave us was kind of a look into maybe not necessarily the origin of 11, but of a look back into 11 back at the facility with the other kids who were experimented on.
Oh, right. So maybe her experience through that. Yeah. Yeah. It looked pretty good. I think when you've got that Stranger Things stuff, they kind of wrapped it up in that last one where it seemed like they kind of solidified everything, and so I'm kind of curious where they're going to go with it. But then they left the tease then towards the end, or I guess in the post-credit scene, where you kind of get a look at David Harbour's character in the I think somewhere in Russia or something like that is what it sounded like. So
yeah, that was a teaser released before or maybe it was in quarantine. When we were in quarantine, they released a quick teaser showing it that he is alive. He is in Russia.
Yeah.
And in the description of this teaser, it said 002/004. So the David Harbour in Russia was the 001 out of 4. So there's 2 more teasers coming for this. I don't know if they're going to be, they're about the same length.
Right.
So maybe giving us a little bit of insight as to what's going on before we get into the show.
Right.
Interesting was the return in this teaser of Matthew Modine's character, Dr.
Whitehair.
Yeah. Yeah. Basically, because I'm trying to remember his name.
Yeah.
I'll look it up real quick.
It's Dr. Whitehair.
It's Dr. Whitehair.
Yeah.
Believed to be dead, but sounds like he is returning for this season. Whether that's in a,
maybe we get a flashback season of or flashbacks to him or something like that. So yeah.
If I could spell Matthew.
One of the great things about the Stranger Things stuff is all the nostalgia. I think I love it so much. Like that first, I think the second season when they were in the mall, and you could see like the Burger King sign was like the old Burger King sign, and just all the stores in there. I think they had a like a B. Dalton Books or something like that. I mean, all the stuff that I went to when I was a kid in the 80s and 90s. In the 80s.
Ghostbusters costumes.
Yeah, like
it's like a nostalgic,
Right.
like an injection of nostalgia.
Yeah.
And it's so awesome. The score is amazing.
Right.
I love the score so much.
Right.
Dr. Brenner.
Okay.
I know
It's
that
not
was
Dr.
super-
Whitehair?
I know you were so close.
Thought
on
I
that.
had it.
So close.
Yep.
Dr. Brenner. But anyway, I think I liked the first season overall the most. I think the season 2 had some of the best moments and also the worst moment. The
Right.
whole episode of 11 going to Chicago or whatever. The ending to season 2 was the best ending they've had at the dance.
Yep.
That was like pure, just when they went to the dance, and everything about it was so good. It just put a big smile on my face.
Yeah.
And then season 3 quality was up there with season 1. So
Yeah.
it's what they did in season 3. They depowered 11 for most of the season.
Sure.
Took her out, and it forced everybody else to step their game up, which was great.
Yeah.
And obviously with the don't shock me, I said obviously. The ending where David Harbour's character got sucked into the portal and bye.
Right.
We'll see how that gets resolved.
Yeah.
When this premieres. So.
Yep.
Very, very excited with Strangers. I just released it already. I'm ready for it.
Yeah. Well, and one of the big things, the nostalgia bits in Stranger Things, kind of leads into our next item, which is
perfect segue.
Their
perfect segue.
Dungeons and Dragons, man.
They love their Dungeons and Dragons in Stranger Things, and so recently it was announced that there is a Dungeons and Dragons movie that has officially begun. Here's the news bit for it. Director Jonathan Goldstein, who you may remember from Freaks and Geeks. He was like the main kid in Freaks and Geeks.
Yeah.
He grew up to write certain movies, which have been awesome. He's very good. So director Jonathan Goldstein took to Twitter to confirm that Dungeons & Dragons filming has officially begun on Paramount Pictures' upcoming live-action film adaptation. The fantasy adventure pick is still set for a March 3rd, 2023 release. The film will be led by Mr. Chris Pine of Wonder Woman and Star Trek fame.
Yep.
Michelle Rodriguez of the fantastic... I can't see mesh. I just... anyway.
Yep.
I'll get back to that. Justice Smith of Detective Pikachu and The Lost World.
Yeah.
Not The Lost World. Jurassic Park.
Jurassic Park, yep. Jurassic World?
Jurassic World.
Yeah, Jurassic World.
Yeah, combine the names.
Yep.
Jurassic World. Hugh Grant,
Yes.
my main man, the best dancer alive.
Right.
I don't know who Sophia Lillis, Chloe Coleman is, and Bridgerton breakout Raj-Jean Page. So Little Miss Banana will enjoy that as well.
Right.
I'm not a Dungeons and Dragons fan.
Me
I've
either.
never played it.
Nope.
I know it's about the nerdiest game you can find.
Faux show.
So I'm all for watching a movie adaptation of it.
Yep.
And it's got some really great talent attached to it.
Yes.
So I think it's going to be great. I'm not a big Michelle Rodriguez fan. I've never liked her in anything. Lost, Fantastic Four franchise. It'll be interesting to see what kind of machismo female she plays this time around in
Right.
the Dungeons and Dragons movie.
Yeah, we'll see.
So any thoughts on this?
Yeah, I mean, I'm looking forward to watching it. I think I'm actually kind of looking forward to seeing it because I'd like to see how they bring Dungeons and Dragons out. Because again, whether it's going to be like a Jumanji type thing where they play the game and they get sucked into the world or
Right.
something like that.
Right.
I mean, so if they pull
Very
something
clever.
like that out, I think it'd be pretty cool. I think it'd be a nice spin. Hopefully, it'd be a nice spin on the Jumanji type thing. But who knows? I don't know what they're going to do. I don't know how they're going to play it off. So we'll kind of see how that goes. But yeah, cast looks good. I mean, Chris Pine's attached to it. I feel good about that. I kind of feel the same way about Michelle Rodriguez. I feel like she's like one of those other guys from like the 2000s that they just keep getting roles, even though they're really not all that popular. Like
Right.
what was his name from the Terminator movie? Terminator. Anyhow, but yeah, it's just I can't remember which one. The Australian guy. You know who I'm talking about? The Australian actor from the Terminator, like with Christian Bale.
Didn't we go through this once before?
think
We
we
were
did.
like, What is that? Sam Worthington.
Sam Worthington, yeah. So exactly. Yeah. Again, I don't know why he keeps getting roles.
I actually haven't seen him in much lately, but I could be wrong.
Yeah. Let's move on to the next one. I'm super stoked to talk about this.
Dude, this trailer also released midweek. A Quiet Place 2 final trailer dropped. First of all, a handsome Mr. Handsome himself, John Krasinski.
Looks amazing. Yeah.
Pops into the beginning.
Yep.
You know, he spoiler.
Yes.
Spoiler alert for the first A Quiet Place. He does die in that movie. He gives himself up to save his family, which was a great moment in the movie.
Right.
So this trailer starts off with him in it, and what you eventually find out very quickly is it's showing kind of when the aliens invaded.
Sure. Yeah.
Which looks like an intense scene.
Yes, absolutely.
Super, super intense, and I'm there for that. I cannot wait to see how that plays out.
Yep.
And I'm really glad we are getting more John Krasinski, even though he died. So it's not going to be in the whole movie, but just give me a little John Krasinski, and I'm a happy man.
Agreed. Yeah, and then that looks like we get, again, we'll get Emily Blunt.
Yep.
Who's the main protagonist
Squeeze.
in this one. Yeah, she looks pretty great in this so far. And then it looks like Cillian Murphy, which I'm excited about. I mean, he's a guy who I'm excited for him. I'm excited to see him in more and more stuff. I haven't watched Peaky Blinders, but I've heard it's really good.
Same thing. I've heard nothing but good things.
Yeah.
I've never seen him outside of a Christopher Nolan movie.
Right? Yeah. He seems to be like Christopher Nolan's Robert De Niro, I guess. Something along those lines.
Or Michael Caine.
Michael Caine?
Michael Caine.
Yeah.
So, I don't know. He looks great in this movie. He doesn't freak me out because he's got a kind of a freaky face usually.
It's a little
freaky.
It's a little weird.
But he looks
he's a great actor.
He's a good. He's a good.
You're doing
been struck by lightning 76 times. Just creating a havoc over here. So look, it comes out in theaters. Definitely gonna see it when I can in theaters. And the first one was freaky as all get out.
Yep.
And I think that this one is going to step its game up.
Yeah, I think so too. Yep.
Cool. Next and final on the rundown is a couple quick production updates. Obi-Wan Kenobi, TV show we mentioned recently on one of the rundowns, has started shooting, and that's so that's exciting.
Yes,
we're going to start getting more and more news since it started shooting. It's been in pre-production for a few months now, but now it's started shooting, and it's actually happening, people. We're actually finally getting that Obi-Wan Kenobi show, and we're going to find out what the hell he did on Tatooine for 20 years.
20 years, yeah.
Just watching Luke from a distance.
Right. He's the creepy guy.
Creepy old guy.
Yeah. Why does that guy keep looking at me?
Who knows?
Right.
But we're going to find out. And then another exciting little bit is Cobra Kai Season 4 wrapped production.
Dude, I saw.
So excited for this.
Yeah, I saw the. I saw. I think it was Johnny Lawrence, William Zabka or something like that. I saw something like on his Instagram or whatever that they had wrapped, and then I read an article that kind of collected all the different posts from all the different big people in there and stuff. So I have been a Cobra Kai fan since the very get-go. Like I happen to already be a YouTube premium subscriber, so I was able to watch it like right away, and it was from the very get-go, I was like, holy smokes, this is amazing. Like the production value is not high, it's not like it's a high budget deal, but the story doesn't lend itself to need a high budget. They've twisted what you think the characters that you've known since 1984, almost 30 years now, or I guess it was 30, 84, 94, 92, 14. So almost 40 years you've known these characters. And so you're just like, wow, this is, and they totally flipped it on its head where you think to yourself, okay, is
Johnny Lawrence?
Is Johnny Lawrence really the villain?
Yeah.
And
or is it really Daniel?
Or is it really Daniel? Is Daniel really the villain? And so they do a good job of like just giving you a little bit of pause and see, Johnny didn't just become who he was all by himself, and there were a lot of people, the influences in his life, and these influences still continue into his adulthood, have really shaped who he is, who he was, and made him, who he was. And I have to say, Martin Cove as John Kreese is
creepy.
The dude is awesome. He just he is a tremendous villain, just a tremendous villain. And I absolutely have loved every second of watching him do his thing. He's such a manipulative bastard that you just hate him.
Just punch him already.
Right. And so, but it was neat. It was even in this last. So you guys did finish?
I've finished it. Anna has not.
Okay.
Or Banana has not.
Banana has not.
No.
The other lady that lives with you named Banana. So yeah. I think I liked that they dove into Kreese's backstory in this season. I think it was really good. I think this season 4 was really good.
Season 3.
Season 3. Yeah, I think season 3 was really great.
Well, they went back to Japan.
They did. That was so cool.
So that was so cool.
So cool.
Like the first 2 Karate Kids are so special to us who grew up in the 80s.
Right.
You grew a huge love for the movies, for Mr. Miyagi.
Yes.
And the score, whenever they bring back the score from the original movies, especially the one, the second movie score where they're in Japan, it's just like it gets you right in the nostalgic heart and makes you smile. And if you haven't watched this, I don't care if you've seen the movies, because Banana has not, and she's loving it and having a good time with it.
Yeah.
And I broke down again. I broke down and cried when for the second time, because when I watched it originally. I mean, I had some lotion in my eyes.
Sure, yeah, the lotion.
Again, I don't know why I did that before I watched the episode, but
your skin's pretty dry.
Yeah,
your skin's
it hurts,
pretty dry.
and you never know when it's going to strike. But
we do live in Colorado.
It so happened to be the episode right before, it happened to be the episode when she read Mr. Miyagi's letters.
Yeah, Kumiko.
Kumiko, yeah.
Who's played by Tamlin Tomita.
Yeah,
yep.
Maybe like the most beautiful Asian I've ever seen in my life.
Oh, she's a beautiful woman.
Yeah.
And she still looks amazing.
Still beautiful,
I don't even know how old she is. 66 was when she was born, so she's
just a beautiful woman. Doesn't
just
matter
phenomenal.
if she's Asian or not.
Yeah.
But so very excited for season 4 of Cobra Kai.
Yep.
The show is so cheesy, it's good. Like it knows it's cheesy, and it almost plays into that cheese.
It does.
For the better.
Right.
And I can't wait to see a trailer for it, and we'll break it down when we get there. Netflix owns it now, so it's a Netflix show.
Right.
So the production value might be a little bit higher.
Right.
Moving forward. Very excited to see where they go.
Yeah, agreed.
We won't spoil the end of season 3. What happens?
No, it's it's great. Watch it.
Yeah.
Find it. Watch it. Do it.
Okay, so that was it for the rundown. Good rundown. Really big week in nerd news. So looking forward to everything we talked about.
Yes.
Okay, Eric, I have a very fun game.
Okay.
Pull this up.
Looking forward to it. And just for audience purposes, Darren always comes to me and says, "Hey, do you want to know what we're doing in the special segment?" And I always say no. I say I always want to be surprised by whatever it is. So most of the time when he brings up a session, hey, we're going to do this segment and we're going to do a top 10 list of this or whatever.
Yep.
He'll say we're doing a top 10 list. I said, okay, well, don't tell me what it is, because I want an honest reaction.
It works better if you don't know. It works better if you don't know.
Right. Yeah. Exactly.
Okay. So grab your bowls over here.
Okay.
With your stuff, and try to mix up the letters. What we're going to do, we're going to play a game that I just created.
Okay.
Not just, I thought about it the other night.
Okay.
It's called Movie Quote Battleship.
Okay.
So
what do I need to do? Grab.
Well, not yet.
Okay.
Just calm down.
All right.
I got to explain the game to you.
I have 2 bowls, but you have to tell everybody we're on radio, not television, so you got to tell them.
Oh, yeah, we got to explain what's going on.
Yeah.
Okay, so I'm going to tell you exactly how this plays out.
Okay.
So we have a digital movie library in front of us that's going to randomly pick a movie. Well, it's not going to well, it is random because you're going to pick up a letter.
Okay.
So, for example, I have N2.
Okay. If you can get
If I can get it. Okay, so then I'm going to go to the digital movie library. I'm going to hit. There's actually no N. No movies in this.
No movies.
No movies. So
Let's start with
we
the
can
letter
take
N.
N out. So let me grab this one. Oh, definitely going to have a movie start with S. So S2.
Okay.
Okay.
S2.
So
okay.
That would be Rush Hour 3.
S2?
Yeah, do you see how that works?
No.
If you click on S on the side,
on
the letters,
yes,
and then the second movie in.
Yeah, is The Sandlot.
Really? So it's different for you.
Under S, yes.
Oh, oh my God, we might have to cut that out.
No, that's staying in.
Oh my gosh. Yes, you're right.
Okay.
Absolutely is The Sandlot.
Okay.
And you know what's so funny about that? Was when I was testing out the shuffle feature, either doing that or doing this.
Yes.
The Sandlot was the first movie.
That
popped up.
That's hilarious.
Yeah, that's so funny.
That's funny.
Okay, so I would say S2.
Okay.
So you would go to The Sandlot.
Okay.
And you would pick, or so I say S2.
Yep.
You have 3 seconds.
You're killing me, Smalls.
I know. To say a movie quote.
Okay.
Okay. I then have 3 seconds to reply with a movie quote.
Okay.
If I cannot do this, if I cannot say it, you get a point.
Okay.
If I say, Rush Hour 3, this so happens to be Rush Hour 3, whatever.
Right.
And you can't say a movie quote in the first 3 seconds.
Yeah.
I couldn't. Rush Hour 1 I could, but
right.
Then I have the chance to steal the point, and I
Yeah.
would be able to say a movie quote.
Okay.
Now, we'll switch off. So I say S2, and then we go, and then you go, and so then
got it.
It's fair that way.
Okay.
First one to 11. And if it's taking too long, maybe we go first one to 7.
Okay.
Okay. So I'm going to put my number back in. So it might help if once you take out a letter,
yes,
leave the letter out, but put the number back in.
Okay.
Okay.
Sounds good.
The reason this game came up to me is one of the best things about nerd culture is when you meet another nerd.
Yes.
And you just constantly entertaining each other by referencing movies or saying movie quotes. And in my lifetime, I've met a lot of nerds.
Yes.
And a lot of these nerds know movie quotes.
Absolutely.
I don't know if anybody knows more movie quotes than you do.
Oh, I don't know.
I tend to think I know a lot of movie quotes.
Right.
There's no chance.
My brain is crammed with useless knowledge.
I'm the same way. And so I know a lot of movie quotes.
Yeah.
And I figure in this I have a chance if Marvel movies come up.
Yeah. Well, yeah, there's quite a bit in this library.
So we'll see.
Yep.
But I would feel like you'd be somebody that could beat me at this. Okay.
All right.
So it'll be fun. One of the things about this podcast that I want to do is I want to enhance nerd culture, and part of nerd culture is just always referencing movie quotes and movie references. So
yep.
Very fun. All right, we're gonna start over.
Okay.
We're not gonna go with The Sandlot.
Okay, we're not gonna go with Sandlot. All right.
Okay. So here we go.
Okay.
I have to make sure a movie starts with this letter.
Okay.
Because it doesn't look like there's a movie that starts with the letter Y. So
okay.
take that out.
There is.
Did I miss it?
There is 2. Should be 2 of them on there. At least 2 that I know.
Oh.
And what's the number?
Okay. Yeah, there is. Yeah. You're absolutely right. The number. Well, let's just, because now since you know.
Oh yeah. I already know it.
Okay. All right. We have H5.
H5.
So click on H and go to the 5th movie on there.
Okay.
So.
Oh man.
Oh.
I don't. Okay. So fifth, if I'm counting right here, then is actually a movie we talked about last week, I think, didn't we? No, maybe not. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 is Jean-Claude Van Damme's Hard Target. Which actually I do have
it's
a
not
quote.
the fifth selection on here.
Oh, you're right. It's okay. You're right. I missed the first one. That's right. Happy Gilmore, 1996. Is that what you have?
Yep.
Okay. All right. Yep. So Happy Gilmore. You actually were just saying it.
We were literally just talking about this movie and how quotable this movie is.
It really is. So he says yeah.
1,000.
You
3 1,000.
no, man. Damn alligator reached up and bit my hand off.
Do you always carry a hockey puck with you?
I've seen those finger paintings you do, and they suck.
Piece of monkey shit. Okay, so that one's a tie.
A tie, yes.
You know what? I need a piece of paper for the score.
Happy
You know what?
Gilmore.
I'll just keep it on here.
Yeah.
Okay. So that was a good start.
Okay.
I think that's funny that that's what came up.
That is funny. And like, for those of you that didn't get to see this earlier, Darren, when I got here, Darren was standing in the window tapping his watch, like Ben Stiller did in that movie. So okay, so my number is letter and
so
number.
So it's tie so far.
Okay, is gonna be D3. D3.
Okay, so
okay.
D. 1, 2, 3. Dances with Wolves.
Ooh.
Oh man, I love this movie.
All right. 1, 1,000. 2, 1,000. 3, 1,000. Now,
I can't think of a single quote from that movie. I can think of scenes, but I can't think of a quote.
Now, somebody back east is saying, "Why don't he write?"
Is that from Dances with Wolves?
Yes.
Oh man,
it's when he's headed west with the wagon train driver, and
man.
they come across this dead skeleton with all these arrows in it, and the guy looks at it and goes, "Now somebody back east is going, why don't he write?" Yeah,
I don't remember that, but I trust you.
Well, thank you.
So you get 1.
Okay, 1 point.
Good job.
Thank you.
That was a good one. I'm like, I can't speak Cherokee, so I can't remember any. I have the movies in subtitles.
Such a great movie.
Such a good movie.
It really is.
So when I was explaining this game to Banana, she's like, "This is going to be really easy." I'm like, "You don't understand. When you're sitting in this chair,
yeah,
I couldn't even think of a Spider-Man villain last week.
Right. Yeah.
So it's not as easy as it sounds, people. I'm just going to point that out. Okay.
Yep.
Got to mix up these letters.
Okay.
And play along with us, please. O.
O.
Oh, I got to put 5 back in. Switch up the numbers. Okay. What do we got? Oh, 03.
Okay. I've got Ocean's 11.
Ooh.
Is that what you have?
I'm getting there. They don't have all the letters on the side.
Right. Yeah. You just got to get close.
So I'm sure there is an N. There's actually an N. So I'm going to put N back in.
Okay.
Where's O in the
LMNO?
Okay, so there it is. 1, 2, 3. Ocean's 11.
Ocean's 11, 2001. Okay, so this one here, I'm drawing a blank. I don't
it's
have
so
one.
hard,
yeah,
dude.
I don't have one. I mean, and I've watched this movie millions times.
Bananas, one of Banana's favorite movies.
You think we need one more? You think we need one more? We need one more.
I only lied about stealing. That was a good one.
Yeah.
Love that movie.
That's a great flick.
Okay, tie. Still
tie.
1-0 to you. So I think we're probably gonna play to 5.
Okay. Yeah, right. This podcast will be 5 hours long.
Yeah.
So.
We'll keep it short.
All right. So letter for me is going to be R's and Romeo, and then let's see. I'll do. Let's see. Romeo 2. R2.
Okay, so I have. Oh man.
Okay, R2. I have. Oh, come on, Raiders.
Don't come on me.
Raiders of the Lost Ark. All right.
I don't have it. I don't.
1,000.
I know. I don't have. I have nothing.
Asps. Very dangerous. You go first.
Oh man, this is a tough game.
This is it really is. I don't think people really understand when you're under pressure to come up with a specific movie quote from a very specific movie.
Yeah,
is a lot harder than it seems.
A lot harder.
Yep.
Okay.
Yep.
All right. J.
Okay.
5.
J5.
Johnny 5.
Number 5 is alive. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I have Joe Dirt. Joe Dirte.
Yes.
All right. Let's have it. Joe Dirt. Let's see. If we've got Joe Dirt, I've got you're telling me you're standing there owning a fireworks stand and you ain't got no whistling bungholes? No Husker do's, no Husker don'ts.
Hey Joe, you cool? Yeah. No, you ain't.
It's Joe Dirte. It's Joe Dirt. Don't try and church it up, son.
Ooh, that is such a good one. Good one.
That's a great movie.
Okay, so it's 2-0.
Okay. All right. Let's see here. I have B as in Bravo, and let's see what number am I on here. Bravo.
Give me some.
Bravo 5.
Oh, 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh. Look at what it's sandwiched in between.
Okay. Let's see here. 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh gosh. Okay. Yikes. Okay.
Oh, man.
So am I looking at that right? Is it backdraft?
Yeah, backdraft.
Okay. I have only got one line out of that one, so you're...
I don't even know if I have one.
Yeah.
I love this movie so much.
It's a great flick.
Oh, man. The score in this movie.
Amazing. Hans Zimmer.
Yes. I always forget it was Hans Zimmer.
Yep. It's one of his first, and it was amazing. The Fighting 17th track on that one is amazing.
I might listen to it on the way home. I got nothing.
You go, we go.
Oh, good one.
And this one I always say to my brother all of a sudden is I have my brother's 4 years younger than me, and I remember there's been a couple instances where he's done something and I go, "That's my little brother, god damn it!" Or I think it maybe just it's just that's my brother, god damn it. Is what he says. But yeah, that's a great Kurt Russell movie.
We go.
You go, we go.
Oh man, such a good scene.
It really is.
Man, that was good. Okay.
Great character actor in that one is Scott Glenn is in that.
Scott
he
Glenn's
is
so
really
good.
amazing.
Okay,
Okay.
It's coming. I too. Ooh.
I have no idea. I don't even know.
Yep.
Let's skip
That's
that
a tie.
Yeah.
That's a tie.
Yep.
I Feel Pretty was the movie with
Is that Amy Schumer.
Yeah, Amy Schumer. Yeah.
Which I'm pretty confident I haven't seen any movie with her in it.
I've
on
only
purpose.
seen a couple movies with her, but
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I got nothing.
Yep. Go ahead. Next movie. That's a tie.
Yep, that's a tie. Okay. So I'm gonna
give me something good, man. Give me something good.
L is in Lima 2. L2.
I haven't seen it.
Okay, let's see.
Lady
L2.
Lady in the Water.
Lady in the Water. Oh, I have. But I can't quote anything out of that one.
Yep.
So, yep. All right. Your turn.
Okay. T.
Okay.
Almost T2. T1.
T1.
T1. Oh yeah. Give it to me.
All right. Liam Neeson's Taken.
First one.
I am going to say I have a very particular set of
Is there
skills.
any other quote from this movie?
Right.
Have you seen the Seth MacFarlane video where he does it in Kermit's voice?
No.
I have a very particular set of skills. I will find you, and I will kill you. Does that count as a rebuttal? Did I finish your quote?
Well, yeah. Okay.
In Kermit's voice.
All right. So in Kermit's voice. Okay.
You know what? I'm trying to think if there was another. You know what? Famke Janssen. In the beginning, she's talking to her husband, and then obviously Liam Neeson, and she goes, "Okay, can we save the dick measuring for later on?"
Right. All right. Well, I think you got me on that one because I don't think I have anything else from Taken. Or we tied?
We tied.
Okay.
Still 3. Nothing new.
All right. F4.
Oh, dude,
Foxtrot
I literally had F in my hand.
Did you really?
That was weird.
Foxtrot
4.
3,
Foxtrot 4.
Let's skip that one.
Why?
You can do one from that?
From The Family Man?
Yeah.
I love this movie.
Oh, well, then you're a winner because I got nothing.
Do I have something? Do I have something from this movie? I just watched this movie twice over Christmas. It's such a good Christmas movie. Very underrated. Don Cheadle's in this movie. Yep. Jeremy Piven.
Well, and who I think is probably the most adorable person on the planet is Tia Leone.
She's very good.
Yep.
Did the aliens take my daddy? What's the girl say? I don't know if that counts.
I'll give it to you. I got nothing.
Yeah. So. It's good to have my daddy back. That girl is so cute.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep.
All right. 3-1.
I'll give you a point. Yep.
Very generous refereeing over there.
Yeah. Okay. So let's see here.
Okay. It's 3-1. I have P4.
P4. Okay. P4. And let's see here.
1, 2, 3. Ooh.
4.
I don't have a quote for this, but such a good movie.
3, 4. Adams, Party of 5, or Donner, Party of 20. Donner. It's Patch Adams.
Patch Adams is the movie.
1998.
Such a good movie. I don't have a quote. I can't think of it. You want to talk about a movie that took a dark turn?
Yeah.
Holy cow!
For sure. Dark comedy.
Yeah.
Dark comedy for sure.
What's the guy's name that went crazy and killed her? Was it Philip Seymour Hoffman's character? No. Anyway, was it Tim Blake Nelson?
I can't remember.
Okay, good one.
Yeah.
You're up 4-1.
All right. Echo 1.
Ooh, Echo 1.
Oh, yeah, you better get that one.
Phone home.
All right.
That's too easy.
Fair enough.
Too easy.
No, yeah, that's okay. So so Elliot's in the classroom and he's pouring over the frogs and he says, "You're free, go! You're free, go!" And then he grabs Erica Aleniak and gives her a big kiss.
Boom.
Yeah.
Get it, boy. Good job. Okay, 4-1. I have M3.
M3. M3.
Ooh. Oh, almost, but still. Right on topic.
M3. Oh, shoot.
You have Major League 1?
Yeah, I've got Major League.
We were just talking last night in our pre-production meeting about Major League 2.
Major League 2, yeah.
Not Major League 1.
But not Major League 1. I get in front of the damn ball, Dorn.
Darn. Yeah, I've got nothing from Major League 1.
Nothing? Man, what about the one line? I mean, you can skip the pejorative in there and just go straight to the. You could do the whole line around it.
Around what?
The Serrano quote at the end of the movie where he has it out with Jobu, only he skips the.
Is that 1 or is that 2?
That's 1.
Are you sure?
Absolutely.
Oh,
absolutely.
Well, that's what we've been saying for like 2 straight days.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's
screw you, Jobu.
Yeah, exactly.
I thought that was 1 or 2.
What's that? What's that all over your chest? Crisco, Bardol, Vagisil. And if the umps are watching me real close, I rub a little jalapeno up my nose and get it running real nice. So if I need to load the ball up, I just wipe my nose.
One of the rare instances where the second one is actually better.
Yeah, I don't know if I did. I don't know if I agree with you, Bear, but
for me, in my own
for
opinion.
you, yeah, that's fair.
Okay,
that's fair. It's wrong, but it's your opinion.
"F you, Jobu" is the real quote.
Yes, yeah. So, all right.
All right, I have B.
I have whiskey. It's my turn. Whiskey.
Oh, is it?
Yep. Whiskey 4.
I thought you just did Major League.
No, you did that one.
Oh yeah, M3, right?
Yep.
Okay.
Ooh, that's gonna be.
What is it?
Oh, that's a great. I've got a great quote out of this one. Whiskey 4. You'll probably have this one ready.
W. So we have 1, 2, 3. The Waterboy.
I've got 4. 1, 2, 3, 4.
Oh wait,
Whiskey
waiting
4.
is 1.
Yep.
Okay. I hate this movie. Watchmen.
It has a character in it that I love, and then the rest of them I hate.
Watchmen.
Yes.
Is that what you have?
Yes.
You're not. I'm not stuck in here with you. You're stuck in here with me. It's like the only good part of the movie.
The greatest. There's a deeper quote, and I don't know the full bit of it, but it's something about blood in the streets, and you'll reach up and ask me to pull you out, and I'll whisper, "No."
Oh yeah, that is a good one.
The Rorschach is one of my favorites.
Yeah, he's good.
Yep.
So is it 4-1 still?
I think so. Yeah.
Yeah.
I've got Is it Alpha 4? Is it your turn?
Yep.
Okay. Sorry.
So I have B5.
Okay. B5. B5. Let's see here. B5 is. Let's see.
You get all the easy ones. Oh wait,
3, 4. Didn't we already do this one?
No, we did B4.
No, we did B5 before. We already got B5. So then you're supposed to toss out the letter.
Oh, you know why?
Why?
I think I was supposed to get Back to the Future because I did B4 and I had Backdraft.
Yeah, well, that's what I say. Yeah, I had B4. So is it my turn then?
Oh, it doesn't matter. I said B4, which is Back to the Future 3.
Yeah. Yeah, B4. Oh, you're right. B4 is Back to the Future 3.
Anyway, it doesn't matter. Maybe I screwed that up.
The Clint Eastwood. What's your name, son? It's Clint Eastwood.
Dance for my boy.
That's all I got on that one. I don't remember any other.
It's not the best Back to the Future.
Yeah, it's not.
Yeah.
So.
All right. Here we go. F.
Okay. I've got A4.
Oh, is it? Yeah, it's your turn. Okay. A4.
Mm-hmm.
Ooh, Ace Ventura. When Nature Calls.
That's
one of my all-time favorite Jim Carrey movies.
Right.
Chicago. Strike 3. You're out of here. Go on. Chicago.
Nice guano bowls. Collect the whole set.
Shawshank Redemption.
The Slinky.
Yeah,
Everyone loves a Slinky.
All right, I have Foxtrot. You had F4 right before, so I
believe so. Yeah.
Foxtrot 3.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think we should probably toss out the letters as we go.
Yeah, we shouldn't. So I have 1, 2, 3. Oh, good movie. Just watch this. Pistol Pete. Here's one of your movies.
What do you got?
Falling Down.
Oh, F. Sorry, where are we? F1.
F3.
Oh, F3. Okay, Falling Down. Defense.
Dang it. That was going to be mine.
Yeah.
This might be for the win. You might get it because that was going to be mine.
Okay.
Now.
We could also do the scene in the.
I'm trying to think of the scene in the convenience store.
Yeah, the well, it's like a McDonald's. the convenience store. You could do the convenience store.
Because he was talking about the price of a Coca-Cola.
Something like that.
Yeah, something. But then also in the McDonald's.
Yeah, the McDonald's.
Is that where the breakfast ended?
Yes, breakfast ended. Sorry.
I always get it confused though with the Big Daddy scene too.
Yeah.
I can't remember. I'm gonna get you win.
Wow.
You win. You've sunk my battleship, my movie quote battleship.
It's a great scene. He says Clark and Sheila. He says I'm calling you Clark and Sheila like we've known each other for years, and he says I've been working for my boss for 25 years. I still call him Mister, He says, look at this thing in front of me and look at the picture up there. That's a great movie. Falling Down. Michael Douglas. 1993.
in like his prime.
That was fun. That was
Robert Duvall.
Yes, Robert Duvall as the cop.
Yeah,
trying to stop
he's
him.
retiring. He's like on his last day.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah, great movie. That was a fun game. We'll have to bring that movie or this game back at some point. Honestly, I think we could probably play this game for 2 days straight.
We probably could. Yeah, I don't know if anybody would want to listen to it.
And if we were on a podcast, I wouldn't probably have such a hard time remembering.
It's hard.
I mean,
you have that pressure.
Yeah, it's weird. Like I said, I couldn't even remember a Spider-Man villain from last week.
Yeah.
So it's just weird how it gets there.
Yeah, for sure.
But now we move to fan questions.
Yeah, all right.
You ready?
Yep.
Cool.
All right, let's hear it.
All right, first one, returning back to the show again, Mr. Morgan Santo. We love his questions.
We do.
Is Return of the Jedi about Luke or Anakin? Is it signifying the return of the Jedi with Luke or Vader redeeming himself and coming back to the light side? You talking about Vader being the greatest villain made me think of this. This is a great question.
This is a fun question.
I would say it's a subjective answer. The answer from Mr. Lucas himself is both.
Yeah.
So funny thing about Return of the Jedi is it used to be it was originally called. You can even find posters that say it says this.
Yep.
It was Revenge of the Jedi.
Yeah.
Where because Luke, avenges the Jedi from the massacre from before, right?
Right.
So you can say, but then that was just it was too much. Like Jedis don't get revenge. And
yeah, that's what Lucas. I remember Lucas saying that a Jedi wouldn't get revenge. That's just not how they work.
Yeah. So he changed it to Return of the Jedi, and it is both. It is, and he has said it. It's a double meaning. It is a double meaning for Vader returning to the light side, and for Luke bringing the Jedi back to prominence.
Right. Yeah.
So, but it's not one or the other.
Right.
Straight from Lucas himself.
Right. Yep. No, and I think it's a fun argument to talk about too. I mean, you could say that he did it retroactively or talked about it afterwards. You know that it could be both. And he kind of. I have a feeling a lot of George Lucas stuff kind of. He retcons a lot of stuff, and everything. Like, oh yeah, absolutely. That's what I was thinking about when I wrote that story 25 years ago.
Kind of like J.K. Rowling.
Yeah. So I don't know. So I think it's a great question, Morgan. But I think according to the man himself, it's a little bit of both. Yep.
Okay. The next question comes from my beautiful niece, Ella Wilson. She wants to ask how your love or your knowledge of superheroes improves your circles of influence.
Ooh.
Very philosophical question.
Deep.
She wants to know how your love of or knowledge of superheroes improves your circles of influence. Do you have an answer for this?
I think, yeah. I mean, to some extent or another, you have. Growing up, at least with my parents, and growing up in church and stuff like that. So you have basic principles and things and that people instill in you. And so when you grow up with those type of virtues or you grow up with those types of principles around you, and then you see them reflected back in, other elements of your culture. So, or maybe even founding principles for the nation that you happen to live in, you know, and they line up with each other. And then you see those things, even if in a make-believe way, they are reinforced and you get to see them practically laid out. Granted, they're all, contrived and made to make your hero look more like a hero and everything. But I think you look at the influences of those, or you look at the principles and the values that those characters then reflect back to you, and you can see them in a practical way being implemented in real life situations, or somewhat real life situations. It can't help but influence you, and then you then kind of take on those properties yourself and reflect them back to the people around you. So, if there's a situation where a person that, everybody does it, I think, to some extent or another, where we make fun of people or poke fun of people. We really shouldn't, but then you'll have somebody, and this is something my mom had always told me, and I was always very, very adamant about it, was that I never made fun of like mentally challenged people. I just, that was a line that I was unwilling to cross,
It's a big rule in our house.
Especially in like junior high school,
right.
where it's almost like the gloves come off in junior high school, where,
the R word is worse than the F word, basically.
Yeah.
In our house.
Yeah. And so for my, and it's kind of the same way in my family, my mom was always very adamant about us always being protective and taking care of other people. So whenever, so that those are real life superhero moments. I think that you see those things in comic books, you see them in movies as far as heroes and superheroes and things of that nature. You don't need to be a superhero to stand up for a person who's maybe mentally challenged, who just lacks the capacity to even understand maybe that they're, or in a lot of instances, they do know they're being made fun of. They don't understand why, and they fail to grasp the understanding, they fail to grasp the why, but they understand, they have emotions, they still have feelings and stuff, and so for me, that I think that's what's helped, at least, when you see those principles and those values and stuff reflected back in comic books and superheroes, gives you the courage to kind of do those things in real life, I think. So,
wow, great answer. I really took a different perspective on this, and really, how am I using my knowledge of superheroes to influence others? I've always stayed true, even so. The perspective on nerds has changed over time. And, in the 80s, you had the glasses with the tape on it and the Revenge of the Nerds.
Right.
And then as time has gone on, the nerd persona has changed. And, as people do, as they grow up, they grow out. Sometimes they grow out of that persona.
Right.
And, I think with... we talked a little bit last week about the different genres of action, how the 80s were, a little bit smaller scale, but still over the top. Literally, some movies called over the top, as he turns his hat backwards.
Right.
And then the budget started to get bigger in the 90s, and you saw some really insane action. And then in the 2000s, you started to see kind of the nerd world take over the action genre. And
sure.
Even to this day, the Avengers Endgame was a $3 billion movie, basically. And it's helped to turn the world around in a way on certain aspects of nerd culture, because everybody's loving the superhero genre, which started to take off in the 2000s. And so it's okay for you to like a Captain America movie now without being a nerd.
Right.
And so as I've grown older, I've always stayed true to who I am as a person, and kept my nerdiness out in the open. Right. To include, I was sales manager for team for a long time at a company called Home Advisor, and I really influenced my nerdiness there. I had the shield up on the wall. We were called the All-Americans. I was called Captain America a lot. Right. So people either called me boss or Cap, and I was cool. It was cool, and I'm not gonna be somebody I'm not.
Right.
And for better or worse, in the world, that has helped my circles of influence.
Sure.
And I'm okay with, I have a whole bunch of different kinds of friends.
Yeah.
I have some really jockey friends, and I'm the nerd of that group, and I'm okay with that.
Right.
I have some really nerdy friends, and I'm less of a nerd.
Right.
And that's,
right.
but I'm always going to be who I am as a person.
Right.
And a big piece of me is my nerdiness.
Right.
And I'm okay showing that to the world.
Yeah.
Just
Let your
put it out there.
Nerd flag fly, man.
Yeah, let my nerd flag fly for sure.
Yeah.
So great question, Ella. Also, so proud of you. You passed your driver's test this past week.
Hey, all right.
So big time change in your life after coming now.
Yeah,
So,
congratulations. That's a big step. That's kind of the first big step into adulthood, when you start to be responsible for.
it should be your first big step into adulthood.
Yeah.
There's some people, I know that that wasn't their first big step into adulthood.
Right, yeah.
Don't need to get into
I'm
that.
sure.
And that has nothing to do with Ella or, anybody I'm referencing here.
Right.
Long story, not going to talk about it. Anyway, next question comes from my beautiful sister, so really family influence here.
Yeah.
Brittany Wilson, she's really mad she's not the number one fan. She's like trying to hold that title. So it's going to be like a Denise Stemple versus Brittany face off soon enough, and they're going to have to battle it out.
She's got big shoes to fill. Denise is your mom's got it locked tight. I mean, she's got a pretty strong grip on it. But Brittany,
Brittany's sending a litany of questions. We're going to only tackle one a week.
Okay.
But I like that she's going for that.
I love her enthusiasm.
Yeah.
I really do.
I mean,
and that family rivalry is always great.
Yeah, bring it.
As long as it's clean, good clean. Good clean.
Always.
Yep.
So she asks, "Is Captain Marvel?" Very topical question with what we had in the rundown. Is Captain Marvel the new top dog? She says, "I also love all the theories that could be true, like was Spider-Man in Iron Man 2?" So real quick, yes, it was kind of a retcon from Kevin Feige.
Yeah.
But the kid Tony saves at the expo at the end.
Right.
For some reason, it's kind of like a J.K. Rowling edition or retcon. Like, why?
Right.
Does it need to be?
Yeah.
But Kevin Feige came out and said that kid is a young Peter Parker.
Oh, no kidding. Okay.
And so maybe that's
that.
what's kind of influenced him over the years to be a superhero.
Sure.
Maybe because he got saved by Iron Man.
Right.
So that's like a little cool retcon rumor. Not rumor, it's fact. It came from the Feigster himself.
Right.
Is Captain Marvel the new top dog in the MCU? I would say she is going to be one of them. I don't think we're going to have an Iron Man top dog or, even Cap right there, 1A, 1B top dog in the Marvel Cinematic Universe moving forward. I think we're going to have a sharing of that title moving forward. And especially with the unfortunate passing of Chadwick Boseman, Black Panther was probably going to be that person moving forward.
Yeah.
And now they'll move away from that.
Yep.
With Carol Danvers is one of the most powerful beings in the universe. And I liked the little back and forth in WandaVision between Jimmy Woo and Monica Rambeau about who had Thanos on his feet more. Honestly, it could have been Wanda, who, if it wasn't for the Blitz call, probably would have crushed Thanos.
Right.
And then it took Thanos getting the Power Stone out of the gauntlet to beat Captain Marvel. So I think it's just going to be a shared title moving forward. I think what they're going to do is, we'll still have Thor, which he was never really a top dog, and if he had a better trilogy, he may have been.
Yeah.
But he didn't really come out until Ragnarok to be really a top dog. So it'll be interesting how they handle this moving forward. What do you think?
Yeah, I think. Well, I got to tell you that the scene at the end of Endgame, where that they're just getting pummeled by that ship, and the guns lift up. I mean, and they start shooting at something coming through the atmosphere. And then you see her streak through and just wipe through that ship.
Yeah.
Was, I mean, in an already awesome scene, for her to come
supercharged,
through, for her to come through in that particular setup and just be like, like it's on. At this
Right.
point, you were like, holy smokes! I mean, and she just wipes it out, and then you're like, okay, the odds are even. At least at this point, it's army versus army, and who can do what they need to do. So, I think I tend to think I disagree with you. I really do think that she will probably be. I don't know necessarily the top dog, but I think she'll be like the 1A, 1B type thing. I don't know who will be the other, because I think you're absolutely right. I think that, or it may be Anthony Mackie. I think they may just do a Captain Marvel, Anthony Mackie, deal.
Very well could be.
So, yep.
Real quick, this is why I can't come out and say she's going to be top dog, is because she's not even in her own movie the main title character, or they're including other characters in the title of her own sequel. So
right.
if she was going to be the top dog, it could have been Captain Marvel 2, The Marvels or something.
Right.
That's a little redundant, but that's the only reason I am hesitant on saying she's going to be the top dog.
Right.
But I mean, that was their plan, and I know there was some drama with Brie Larson before the release of the first movie, and it may have affected how they're handling her moving forward.
Right.
So
yeah, she may have cut her own throat on that one.
Yeah.
Because she really was kind of a prima donna with how that worked.
Yeah.
And
it pissed a lot of fans off.
Yeah, and that seems kind of selfish and seems kind of silly. In hindsight, like if you're looking back on it, why would you do that? Why would you bite the hand that feeds you like that?
Right.
And again, but that's kind of what you do, is you take an artsy person. She's not. She's
her own person.
Right, she's her own person and all that stuff. And you know what? I mean, make whatever decision you feel is best for you. If that's how you want to do it, then fine. But I think there just was a lot of unnecessary
drama.
Unnecessary drama when it comes to her, and that may have impacted how things go for her, long term. But I like the character. Like I said, I thought Captain Marvel was pretty great. I love that they take a fighter pilot. I mean, you know how much I love airplanes and stuff like that. I love that they took a fighter pilot and put her in that situation. So, but yeah, I don't know. We'll see what happens. But great question, Brittany.
Yeah, great question, sis. Okay, that wraps it up. It did make me think that I forgot to mention this back in the rundown. The Avengers Endgame portal scene was featured, the crowd reaction of the portal scene.
Yes, that was chilling.
So it just gives me goosebumps every time, and it brings me back to that night when I watched Endgame for the first time, and I saw Captain America lift Mjolnir.
Right.
And then the portal scene, and all the Avengers come out, and he finally says Avengers Assemble.
Yep.
You want to talk about, I was in the theaters nerding out with some nerds.
Right.
Like, we were all cheering, and so it just, even hearing the crowd reaction from that portal scene reminded me of all of us nerds just going out, and Anna sitting next to me just like, what did I get myself into, kind of deal. But
but I so watching that scene got the same feeling. I didn't actually go opening night, so I didn't see it opening night. I didn't see it for a couple weeks afterwards, or whatever. But watching that. But I've been to a lot of opening nights, especially for like the Star Wars stuff. Like I've gone to a ton of Star Wars opening nights. And just really exciting stuff where I want to go see. I remember when I saw Man of Steel opening night, that type of stuff. I mean, I love. This is why I love the movies, and why I love movie theaters in general. And I don't know if you caught it, but during the Quiet Place trailer, they made it very known that it was only going to be released in theaters.
Oh, they were very, very adamant about that.
Yeah,
in the
that
trailer.
This is only going to be in theaters, and I think they kind of were talking the same thing in the Marvel stuff. That
Marvel
is all going to be in the theaters.
They didn't
You're
talk
gonna
about
go
their
see
Disney Plus series, TV shows. It was just movies at the theaters.
Because it is a cultural event. It is a chance for, and even during the sizzle reel, the very beginning of it, where he talks about, when you look over there, that guy over there, that's your brother, and you look over there, that girl, she's your sister, and so sitting in that theater and experiencing that for the first time together, it's it's what makes human beings who they are. Like,
Yeah.
we are a social creature, and we even the even the nerds who consider themselves to be introverted type people,
Yeah.
they still like going to that stuff because they love sharing in that experience, because they love sharing the experience with other people that are excited about the same stuff they're excited about.
Yeah.
So when you see Thor's hammer get flung, and you think you see Thor's hammer come flying and Captain America grabs it, and that look on Chris Hemsworth's face where he says, I knew it, and you're like, yes, finally, because in
the significance of
Ultron,
the hammer,
in Ultron, where
worthiness,
it makes a little move, and you could see the nervousness on Thor's face. He's like, wait a minute, it just moved just a little bit, whereas nobody else it moved. But I
the significance of the hammer, that nobody can lift it,
right,
and like if you can lift it, that hammer thinks that you're pretty badass,
right?
It's so
it just
it's so awesome.
It really,
watching, I've seen that scene so many times, and every single time when it pans back to Cap and he has it in his hand, and it's just it takes me right back to that moment in the theaters, and I was in the theaters, really got into it. And that's what Marvel can do so well, is it can invest you into these characters. And when you have a moment like that,
right,
there's no stopping you from being in a movie theater just cheering your butt off. And
not just
and then he twirls it around and he smacks Thanos back, and the shot of him, he's like, and Thanos is falling back. It's cinematic
perfection. Yeah. I going back to it. I really, it's not just Marvel. Like, it's what movies can do for people. And it takes you out of you let people tell you a story.
Yeah.
Just let them tell you a story, and
for sure.
And so you get amazing stuff when you do that. So. Big stuff ahead. I'm looking forward to it. I mean, this was a big week for Marvel stuff, big, for announcements and stuff.
Yeah.
Great questions from the fans.
Love it.
All in all,
Keep it coming.
Fun game. That was good. It was a good
You
show.
sunk my battleship, my man.
Right.
And I'm okay with that.
All right.
I'm a pretty competitive person. I don't like losing, but I'll lose to you any day.
All right. Thanks, buddy.
At this game.
Right.
We'll come up with a game I'm going to smoke you in.
We'll
do Marvel movie quotes.
Right.
No. As always, we appreciate everybody listening, commenting, liking, subscribing wherever they can. This has been a fun ride. I'm enjoying the heck out of this, and I know Eric is too.
Yep.
And so we appreciate you guys every single time.
Absolutely.
The feedback we get is maybe one day we'll just start reading some feedback, because it's awesome. It really makes us feel like we're actually doing something right.
Yeah, absolutely.
And then you, Mr. Eric Herr, appreciate you.
Appreciate you, brother.
You make this happen, and I really, really couldn't do this without you. So love you, and I love you all out there. I love everybody. Much love. Big love for everybody.
Big love.
I mean, there's a couple of people I would say. Maybe not.
Yeah. We like them a lot.
Don't want to cross that line.
Yeah, right.
All right. With that being said, we'll see you next week on episode 6. Return of the Nerds or something. I don't know. We'll figure it out.
Right.
Yeah, we always come up with a name like right before we hit record.
We're in trouble. We're starting to get in trouble.
Yeah, once we get into the sequel trilogy, I don't even know if I want to.
I don't know.
Pay homage to the sequel trilogy.
Right. We have to move into the Star Treks.
Or the Die Hards.
Yeah, right. The Die Hards. Yeah.
It's your job to bring in Star Trek, and my job to bring in Die Hard every episode.
Right. Yep. Absolutely.
So, Nerd Hard or something.
Right.
Oh, I really.
Oh, I like it.
I like it. All right.
Yep.
Because what are you going to do? Nerd Trek? You can't do it.
Well, the
Star
first
Nerd?
one, what is the wrath of Nerds?
At some point, maybe we'll do that.
The Search for Nerds.
Die Hard's way cooler.
Yeah. The Voyage. The Voyage. No, I think at this point maybe. I don't know.
Okay.
All right.
With that being said, bye.
Bye.